Hello, and once again, it is Joe and Darren at Urban Hillsides Real Estate with Real Estate Reality. Darren, can you hear me?
Can hear you great, man.
Great, awesome. Because my technology's not telling me that, but you're the best technology, my friend. Awesome. All right, well, great, guys. Once again, it's Thursday. It's 2:08, so thanks for joining us today. We'll have a thrilling 45 minutes or so of real estate news. We're going to talk about a topic that Darren is super excited about, future design trends for the next 10 years. We see a lot of houses, obviously, and we do see some of these trends pop up. So Darren's going to talk about that. We're going to talk about solds in the last 7 days, actives in the last 7 days that are worthy. And we're, of course, going to talk about interest rates. And we're going to look at Mortgage News Daily and see what they have to say. I know there's been a lot of news, a lot of things going on, so we'll discuss that as well. Let me go ahead and do the disclaimer. Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Avenue 8 under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Avenue 8. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only. All right. And, before I get too deep into it, Darren, we've got some listings coming up, so that's always exciting.
We do.
What do you want to say about them?
And you'll be excited to know I met with someone today, and we'll have another lease coming
No!
up.
I mean, yes, that's awesome. Yes, no, what? Where is that one going to be?
What's that?
Where's that one going to be?
Very close to the other one we have coming up, like a quarter block away.
God, that's our neighborhood for leases.
For
that's
sure.
Awesome. Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. What was the question, Joe?
Well, we're just going to talk about, of course, Fairview Terrace or Fair Oakview Terrace, and then also in a couple weeks we're going to have a really nice house coming up.
Yeah, over on Benton. Sure.
Yes.
Nice designer redo on what was already a newer structure.
Yeah.
Very nice job. Very good access. Not supposed to use the word walkability. Certainly won't use it in the write-up, but things are close to get to. Restaurants, shops, all the above. We think it'll move fast. So we're looking forward to starting marketing that for sure.
Great. And then we've got the home in Silver Lake for lease coming up. That's $3,200 a month. A really, really charming cottage. One bedroom, one bath with a beautiful yard and really nice neighborhood, once again, as you just said. So
yeah, a little office space off to the side even.
Yeah.
Could be a micro bedroom, man.
A baby bedroom, as you said. Yeah.
For sure on that one. Yes.
Well, look, guys, if you're interested in any of these, just inquire. At this point, we're just dealing with things one-to-one, but more than happy to talk about it in more detail one-to-one. So, all right, well, great. Let's go ahead and move on to our subject. I will pull it up here.
You want to do rates?
No.
Rates first?
Rates. Hold on. All right, so we're going to go to mortgagenewsdaily.com. And as I pull that up, Darren, feel free to just get started, man.
Sure. I'll start by saying we've tapped into, we've been continually talking about volatile components that will move the market one way or the other. We've certainly, in the last week and a half, have been in the volatile environment, most volatile environment that will move rates one way or the other. And they've been moving like in big movements. I mean, there have been a half-point swing, a couple days up, a couple big days down, and all related to, well, not all, in many ways related to banking industry woes and what's going on there and liquidity of the banks. That's still in process. I mean, if you're following at all First Republic, which seems to be the big question of what might go down next. Very strong institution, but mid-size, and just the question now is, does the mid-size bank work, or are they just going to All I can think of is going back to the 80s and the savings and loans when all savings and loans were wiped out because that model didn't work anymore based on the conditions of that time, the financial markets. Yeah. So that's kind of what's on the table. And interestingly, Biden's approach to the first wave with Silicon Valley Bank falling was that, well, we have to keep these mid-sized banks, so we're going to secure all assets above the $250,000, which is already federally guaranteed.
Well, and the numbers don't really play out, right? What did I hear from somebody? They said we don't have enough money to bail everybody out. There's not enough money.
Well, interestingly, the bank has money. The bank doesn't have access to their money. That's it. This is just there are elements of this that are reminiscent of 2007, 2008, but not on that scale. It's the bank's upper brass choosing how volatile they're going to be with the holdings they have from their depositors. And they chose to lock up a huge amount of money in treasuries, which they could liquidate, and they needed to liquidate, and they got stuck, and that was
because everybody wanted their money. There's the run,
As soon as and then you just deal with the emotional side of it, which is always a huge part of money, right? As soon as people are like, "Oh shit, is this going down?" Then people started withdrawing. I saw today, Bank of America has like an additional $15 billion in deposits in the last week. From that, people pulled their money out of Silicon Valley Bank and wherever else they may be pulling it out of.
So. Well, it'll be interesting. If we look at the graph here, it reflects some of what you talked about. We are right now at a point for Mortgage News Daily. From their survey, they've got 6.69% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. And then if we go just to the larger chart, not chart, but price or rate menu, 15-year fixed 6.1, 30-year jumbo 6.2, 5/1 arm 6.12, 30-year FHA 6.2, and 30-year VA 6.25. So this has got to, at least for the brave, feel pretty good if you're a buyer right now, eh? I mean, it's all going really fast, but...
Sure. And, 30-year fixed, the highest number on that page. Wow. We've been having eighth to quarter point moves per day. Yeah. We've had a couple moves up, then we had 3 big moves down, a couple moves back up. And it's affecting the 30-year fixed non-jumbo clearly as much, if not more, than other rates. Yeah. So it's going to continue to be volatile. I don't know how long it's going to be. I mean, today's big news was that First Republic might have a suitor to help buy them out.
Is it Chase? Wasn't it? Was that the rumor? I forget.
Yeah, there was also Credit Suisse got a loan to prop them up, and so that's what's happening. All these mid-sized banks are going out making sure they have support and are not going to falter is the goal, and that we might have some stability on the other side of this, hopefully in a couple weeks.
Right, and I guess the next point to signal, or at least from the government side, is yes, will we go up 0.25? Will we go up 0.5? Mm-hmm. What's going to happen with inflation and the government's...
Well, it was the lowest since September, they reported this week, but it's still rising. And there's just more and more talk about how these continued increases are creating instability, and that, this is a reflection of that with what's going on in the banking industry. But, if you go back, you looked at the last crash, and they talked about often how it was the market was so artificially inflated. Interest rates were kept down too low for too long, overstimulated the market. We had our own element to that, and it's forgive me getting political for a moment, but artificial stimulation is very common when there's more Republicans in office, and we had it through Trump, and there was a lot of pressure to keep the party going, to keep money flowing, to keep things active. And we had it for those 4 years, so there's some pullback now, and in addition to COVID, which definitely didn't help at all.
Well, as it's a similar statement we've made about agents who have not been through a downturn. But I was hearing a money manager talk about how bank management, some of these people have not gone through a downturn. And obviously there was some bad management there at Silicon Valley Bank. But it's been that long. It's been that long.
Are you saying, Joe, that we're getting old? Is that what you're saying? We've seen these things,
man. I just had my physical, and yes, I do feel a little older. Yes. There's some cholesterol issues I got to work on. So anyway, there we go. That's our view of it, and it'll continue next week. A lot going on. Let's go ahead and move on to future design trends. Let me pull that up. Hold on here. There it is. Okay. So this comes from arcdaily.com, and they did something interesting. They did a survey of their editorial and tried to find some trends over the last year that might predict the next 10 years, at least in this view, this post. So let me just read it real quick, and we'll get to the points here. Interior design trends. Go ahead. What?
Oh, I was going to say, let's probably pause in each category.
Great.
And you don't have to read each category fully if you don't want to.
Interior design trends that will shape the next decade. Interiors are taking center stage in, it says here, 2020, as more people are spending more time at home, architects and designers are increasingly aware of their responsibility in improving their clients' well-being and even helping them in the prevention of diseases as they search for the best solutions for their interior design projects. So Arc Daily featured monthly topic for March was dedicated to interiors, and the articles related to this topic accumulated over 1 million page views. So anyway, it talks about them going through the editorial and finding some of these trends. So the number one trend here is biophilic design. Indoor plants have become a completely new layer in interior design projects, and large, oversized plants are a growing trend. In the last year, though, a new concept has entered the mainstream: biophilic design. In order to maintain a certain level of connection with nature, biophilic design aims to integrate nature into building architecture as a way to improve our health, psyche, and overall ecosystem. The use of reclaimed wood, hanging plants, green walls, and large green installations are some of the main trends that we are seeing and that will shape interior design in the next decade. What do you have to say on that?
Well, I think you'll find many design trends, just like music, just like so many things, it's a variation of what's been done in the past. Maybe there's some new language around it, maybe it's slightly different. So it definitely reminds me of the 70s, a lot of interior plants, built-ins that held plants and plant systems. Right. I love that first photo. Not only do they have plants up above you in the kitchen, but they now have turned desk lamps into
just turned it
mobile.
around.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. But I mean, we definitely are a huge supporter of plants in an interior space, and what happens there is it becomes a maintenance issue. I don't know that people nowadays. I would say there's less time. And it's hard to maintain these plants because they take some energy and effort, and it has to be the appropriate plants based on the space and the the light patterns and everything else.
As you're saying, I mean, I think we can all buy into this, but the maintenance part, when you first look at something, you're like, oh wow, that looks great, and there's work to do later, and it's tough. Yeah,
I will say, if you want this in your house and you can afford it, I played baseball for like 15 years with a guy, and he did it mostly in offices, but his whole business, and he owned the company, was to go in and do maintenance on interior plants. So he showed up and just did the little trimming, make sure they were watered, added chemicals, and went away, man.
Yeah.
So that service exists.
It's like a window cleaner, a window washer, or an aquarium person, yeah. Okay, next one is number 2, natural fiber furniture. The use of natural fibers such as rattan and wicker in furniture is becoming very popular in interior design. This traditional material is being used in chairs, carpets, and lighting, mixed and matched with more modern design.
I love this trend. We see this trend a lot in our side of town.
Sure.
They don't even... I can pull up multiple listings in our neighborhoods, and they'll look better than these photos.
Yeah.
I must say, I like it in the lighting, like on that photo right there. I like these huge wickery, light woodsy kind of lampshades that we're seeing these days. It creates a nice feel. Out of the 70s, what we had was, the twine. We had a lot of twine that gave us similar energy. But now we have more modern production opportunities, and we're getting some really neat lighting shades. So that's great, and it creates a great feel. It's a light, airy, woodsy component that goes very well with the plants. So
yeah, and there's a plant. There you go. Okay, number 3, chubby design. Chairs, coffee tables, and couches, and even lamps are showing their best voluminous curves, taking us back to childhood by giving our spaces a young, fun, and modern look. This new trend is led by furniture with rounded edges and tubular forms, and also known as neotenic design, from the concept neoteny, the exaggeration of childlike features, an appropriate concept to describe the playfulness these pieces can add to any space. Wow, look at that. Looks like marshmallows.
it totally does.
That looks cool.
And that's a large move away from the current, like, mid-century, streamlined, not chunky, chubby design that they show there. If you put that couch in my house right now, I'm sorry, I would be scooting it out the door pretty quickly. But I will say...
But the dogs would love it, though.
Yes, they would. So with their hair would be nicely meshed between every single one of those. But there is a more, I would say, the youthful generation, there's a more playful element in their energy and their flow. A lot of them are, at home collectibles and doing a lot of play-related things, and that's okay as a social dynamic these days. So I could see this catching on. I don't know for me personally, but I get it.
Yeah. Well, and all these, this is fashion. It's just a different kind of fashion. And, one of the things, just to go back to this one, I was thinking as you were talking was, I was looking at these slats, I was looking at this, and I was like, oh, wow, how's somebody going to clean that?
Yeah, totally. Right. Another maintenance
It's a lot of work,
thing.
right?
Right.
And then I'm going down to chubby here, and I'm like, oh, yeah, the hair in between the cushions, and is that really going to work? And yeah, but hey, man, this is your playground. This is where you live. And yeah, there is a statement of fashion here. So yeah, just have somebody else do it. Arches. Okay, archways are typical of traditional architecture and are now having a revival thanks to architects and designers adding curved doorways, rounded windows, and arched mirrors to their interior design projects. Aligned with chubby and biophilic design trends, arches appear as a new way to add curves and more organic shapes inside our homes, not only through actual archways, but also through decorative patterns painted on walls. All right.
That ceiling is crazy. Do you see that ceiling? The arched ceiling?
Yeah, even more so. Yeah.
Wow.
Accentuated. Yeah.
Yeah.
And out to the out windows there.
Yep.
All right. Have we seen this much where we are?
The arches?
Yeah, it seems like you have to be pretty deliberate about this. If it's there, it's there. Great. But
we've been seeing dabbles of some of this stuff, right?
Yeah,
I still think the dominant element going on is the mid-century energy and flow and simplicity, and the wickery component, the woodsy. That's definitely been a trend.
Yeah, these open beams. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The arches. I don't know that we're seeing too many arches being built in where there were square doorways.
Well, one of the things I noticed here with Arc Daily, and maybe this is unfair, but if you look at the credits of most of these places, it's Europe and Spain. So maybe this is a little Eurocentric in its view.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah. All right, next one is number 5, mini study nooks. Flexibility at home is more important than ever now that working from home has become more common. In this context, working areas become less formal and can coexist with other living areas. This has led to the appearance of mini study nooks that are integrated into larger furniture pieces, such as hidden within closets or added to bookshelves.
Love this.
Definitely
it's
see
so
this.
true.
Yeah.
This is a huge trend. We're working with a client now who basically said, I had a whole room built as my office, and I don't use it. My office is my dining room, my living room, my kitchen, and that's just where I want to be. Because they like the space and they want to exist in those spaces. This is a trend that we saw also, where there used to be, you go all the way back to the teens and 20s, where they had like these secretary desks and dressers that would pull down and be a little workspace wherever you were.
Yeah.
And then we go into the 60s, where we had like these little built-in desks in kitchens, in dining rooms. So the built-in desks is definitely a thing of the past. That is definitely more present again these days. So
well,
on
I was going to say, on the flip side of what you said earlier, when you look at co-working spaces, a lot of times they're trying to evoke home in the furniture and the relaxed, nature of work. Now we bring it back to the house.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is number 6, invisible handles for a fully integrated kitchen. We have recently been seeing how kitchen design has replaced handles and pulls on drawers and cabinets, especially the oversized ones, with invisible hardware. These range from push latches, a mechanical or magnetic device installed inside the cabinet that allows you to open the cabinet by pushing the door, to integrated handles where you can pull drawers thanks to inwardly beveled edges, and more simple solutions such as hidden pulls that are affixed to the top edge of each door so that just a sliver juts out. The objective is to have a minimal space with a seamless and sleek look. And there it is.
Right. It eliminates the opportunity for hardware features, but it's definitely more streamlined and sleek. That was also the push-pull. The earliest I can think of where that was really mainstream was in the 60s again. It's coming out of the mid-century. Very common still to see those types of cabinets that existed from back then. And then what they call in the woodworking world a drawer pull. When you cut the edge of the door so that you can slip your fingers behind it and grab it.
Got it.
But there's no actual. And that was very popular in the 80s into the 90s a little bit. It's funny. It's the only the chubby may have come out of the 80s era as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Go.
But yeah, as you're saying, it's a cycle and we tweak it a little bit. Yeah. All right, next one is number 7, stairs integrated with furniture. As a creative way of utilizing the space left under stairs, several interior design projects have added storage spaces or even the integration of the steps into a larger furniture design, such as a working area or shelving. This reminds me of David's place.
Yes.
On Latrobe.
Absolutely. I think it's fun. It's another...
I love this one in the middle here.
Yeah, it's another opportunity to introduce some architecture into a functional system. And it's fun. It's fun when we see it these days. It's interesting when you see these little nooks, like with the kid inside there, or a little office under a stairway. That's too claustrophobic for me personally.
Yeah. But oh my God, there was a little kid though. How great would that be?
Sure.
To have your own little spot, All right, next is number 8, colorful bathrooms. In parallel to the more frequent use of bright and bold colors in walls and furniture, bathrooms have also begun to embrace color in a daring but elegant way. Bathrooms don't need to be bright white anymore. Architects and designers are lifting the energy inside these fundamental spaces through colors such as light pink, golden yellow, navy blue, and olive green.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a little bit of that, and usually it comes in the form of a tile choice.
Right.
Which is, certainly various colors become popular and certain tile patterns become popular. But we also get a lot of the woodsy, wickery, rattan stuff showing up in bathrooms that make it feel really nice when you're in that space. Again, it's a warm element that's welcoming and relaxing. So.
Yeah. I think also, too, I mean, where I've noticed it is not just bathrooms, but you'll see these color splashes and these real hard accents versus, like you said, rattan or something natural. And it looks really good. It could be a living room. Could be a kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, next is number 9, open and fluid living areas. Living spaces are becoming more open and fluid, with the formal separation of spaces becoming less frequent. Ideas such as incorporating curtains and mobile panels into open spaces are becoming very popular as a solution to hide specific areas according to how we are using our spaces at home.
Right, so this is definitely going to relate to loft living, where it's just a big open space, but there are times you might want some sense of separation.
Yeah.
My first thought there was, is the bathroom kitchen going to happen as a formal adjustment? But
Oh, gosh.
I hope not, man. I'm just blown away when there's a bathroom door right off the kitchen.
Yeah.
Probably the last one in the line to happen, I think. But
Yeah.
But yeah, and we even, what we talk about a lot when we're going into houses and when we're staging and prepping and advising buyers is kind of shared space, right? When you can see across the space, you can place your furniture such that you could be in a living room and it's borrowing space from the dining room, makes the living room feel bigger. And furniture placement, with open spaces, you have those options and choices. With a lot of walls, you don't, is the bottom line.
Cool. I love that wood curved thing.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That's beautiful. All right. Next is number 10, terrazzo, not only for flooring. This typical marble flooring used in Venetian houses over 500 years ago had its initial comeback in the 1970s. In 2019, the material had another comeback and has become popular among designers once more. The terrazzo we see nowadays is a mix of bigger chips of marble, quartz, granite, and glass with less density and a more striking graphic look. We will probably continue to see this material being used throughout the next decade, but not only in flooring, but also applied to kitchens and living room furniture. This graphic pattern will appear printed on wallpapers, fabrics, and even weaved into rugs.
That's just disturbing to me, man.
The busyness of it all, yeah.
Yeah, please give me my interior plants and wicker furniture.
Yeah, there we go. All right, moving along to 11, wood and concrete in their purest state. Exposing wood and concrete as raw materials on walls, ceilings, and floors is a trend architects and designers are using to achieve warmth and elegance for interior spaces without falling into expensive budgets. The combination of both is capable of engaging all senses beyond the visual and have attractive qualities such as durability and low maintenance. We see
I
this
think
for
we've
sure.
been seeing that here for quite some time already.
Yeah. Wow, great table. All right, next one, and I think that's it. Thank you, Paula Mora, author. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I like breaking it up like this a little bit. It's good, like you said. Yeah. All right. Next on, we will speed off to our weekly seller wins and buyer wins in the form of solds and actives and just kind of a local market report. So bear with me here, guys. We'll start with solds, and I will pull up our seller wins. Here we go. Buyer, there it is. All right. Okay. Okay, so just a quick look here. Any trends? Anything you noticed? The biggest one for me, Darren, was just there were no reductions this week.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. You know, our article, our last week was about things that will affect, that will move the needle in one direction or the other, predictions for the future. And we just keep having these little micro shifts, and it's very consistent with the rates and how they're so volatile right now. But we're like, okay, that's it. This week, or we see a 3-week pattern, it's changing, there's a shift, and boom, it switches right back on the adjustment of an interest rate by a quarter point or so.
Well, and as you were saying, I mean, you know, again, we look at this, and this is 30 days ago or so, and
when I went into escrow,
we all felt much better about things, but here we are.
Right. Yeah, what we're feeling and seeing today, we'll be talking about in mid to late April. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, just going through some of these quick numbers here before we get started. Days on market dropped a little bit, but it's been fairly consistent within 11 to 14 day range here. Last 7 days it was 11. Pendings, last week it was 15. It did move up this week to 23. And again, it's been as high in the last 3-4 weeks as 20, I guess, and now 23. So, and then the median in terms of percentage of list price is right there, 11% above list was consistent in solds from the last 7 days. All right, well, let's dig in. Let's go ahead and take a look at our, let's see here, seller wins, at least what we consider seller wins by the numbers alone. We're going to go to 1447 Macduff Street. And this started at $1,095,000 list price, sold price $1,500,000. And wow, a $405,000 increase in price, 137% of list price. And let me pull this up here. You know, Darren, this is your neighborhood. In general, what do you think of this street, this neighborhood?
Oh, the street's great.
It is, okay.
Yeah, it's a really nice street. It's got a lot of larger structures. Some of them are multi-units, but they're not huge multi-units. They're, 2 units, 4 units.
Okay.
But it's wide. A lot of the streets in Echo Park are narrow. This patio is kind of crazy, I must say, on this property.
You know, I was going to say, let me just do the quick numbers first. 1447 Macduff Street. This is Echo Park. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,278 square feet of living space, sold at $1,500,000. Lot size 4,200, close to 4,300 square feet. 11 days on the market, and this was brought to us by Caroline Wolf as the listing agent, and on the buy side, Michael Peters. So congrats to them. But, you know, Darren, some of the notes that I took was, let's see here, underpriced. For me, I was like, not an amazing street. Good outdoor spaces, nicely staged. I like the staging. But curiously enough, it is a 1-bedroom by the record. So they just maxed everything out as best they could.
Well, it's got good design, not only staging, but, it flows well. The moldings are streamlined. The stairway has an architectural component. The views are nice. But 1 bedroom is tough. You are correct. Even the square footage at 1,300, it's right there. I would have thought it was underpriced, but maybe it would have gone up to 1.2, 1.3 range. So going all the way up to 1.5 really was somebody who loved the place and had to have waived their appraisal contingency. Because there will not be a 1-bedroom. And that matters. It's not just square footage. You could probably find a square footage place that had a good comp.
Yeah.
But an appraiser sees 1 bedroom, he has to go compare it to a 1-bedroom place. And that's a hard one.
Just 2 more comments. I think the other thing, too, here is that and I don't know if that's to permit or not, but that huge deck on the top, I think probably paid off well in terms of the views, because there are no views from that house They really created the view.
Right.
Pretty.
It looks
pretty
crazy,
quickly.
kind of suspended.
Yeah,
The
right?
photos they took, it's hard
Yeah.
to tell, but
Yeah.
yeah, the photos from up there are amazing.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing too, and this is probably just a stager switching out some furniture, but I kept trying to find that second bedroom, and the only change that I saw was the same bedroom with slightly different furniture in the background. I was like, oh, maybe that's something you could do. I don't know, to get that second bedroom. All right, well, let's move on. Okay. Bear with me, guys. All right, so we're going to look next at Lucille. This is 1921 Lucille Avenue. List price a little bit headier, $1,850,000. It landed at $2,066,830 for a $216,000 and $830 increase, 112% of the list price, and 0 days on market. So. Maybe they were able to market this off the MLS a bit. But really nice house. Hold on. Let me get this running. 1921 Lucille Avenue. This is Silver Lake. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,508 square feet of living space. Sold at $2,066,830. 5,500 square foot lot. And 0 days on market. And this is brought to us by Suzanne Carney. And on the buy side, Tori Horowitz. Darren, some of the quick comments I thought as we look at these are, not much really. For me, mid-century views, light. That's what I got out of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it. Because bathrooms, kitchens do not have amazing finishes. They're not impressive. But the flow, the open floor plan, the open beam ceiling, it's super clean, painted all white.
Yeah.
And the views. Like, you're getting views from a lot of rooms because there's so many windows. And that's really the kicker. And Lucille's a great street. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Next one is, all right. I think we're out in Glassell Park now, I think. 4577 Jessica Drive, or Mount Washington. List price $1,149,000. Sold price $1,300,000 for let's see here, guys. Hold on. For a $151,000 increase. Let's see. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. All right, there we go. 113% of its list price. And let's see, this took 10 days on the market, so let's take a look. Right, so 4577 Jessica Drive. This is Mount Washington, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,330 square feet of living space, sold at $1,300,000. Nice sized lot on a hill, but nice sized still. 11,229 square feet, and 12 days on the market to sell. Excuse me. And this was brought to us by Joanna Soul and Bradley Holmes, and on the buy side, Brant Cantor represented the buyer. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a good neighborhood. It's a clean house. Again, I don't think bathrooms and kitchens are updated, but that's not the most important thing. It has a good vibe. It's got a good flow. It's got a big lot, and you feel that when you're in the yard and in the space. Although it's hillside, it looks very usable. So it seems. I would have guessed 1,314 range. So
Yeah. That was one of my comments.
Yeah.
I said, I'd put traditional home, so it looks pretty
Very
traditional for us, right? Decent sold price, like you said, underpriced, I think, at the beginning. But, I think everybody won there. Okay. Bear with. Oh, no, not that. We want this. Okay. Next one is... Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Well, gosh, which is this one? Oh, well, let's go to York. Okay. This is what we...
Which one?
5520 York.
Okay.
Let's take a look here, guys. It started at $770,000, landed at $851,000, $81,000 increase in price, 111% of list price, and yeah, just a little odd bird. And congratulations to a fellow Avenue 8 agent, Sean Galligan. Let me see here. Here we go. Nothing amazing here, but just an interesting opportunity. 5520 York Boulevard, 90042. That's Highland Park, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 816 square feet of living space, sold at $851,000, 6,000 square foot lot. 14 days on the market to sell. Sean Galligan, congrats, represented the seller along with the two buyers agents, Kevin Brennan and Kurt Wisner. But yeah, just interesting one. It's commercially zoned with a house on it. It's been there for like 60 years. Absolutely nothing done in the last 60 years. So you can make it what you want, right? Commercial, what, a home? What do you think?
Yeah, you just look at that property next door, that little mini mall there. It's just all structure. That's the direction this is going in my opinion. Or
what do you think? Yeah.
If they choose to leave the home, I don't think they will, but then they could build a super dense structure in the back part of that lot.
Oh, I see.
It will be one of the two.
Just add on, right? Yeah. Okay. So just a little bit of an odd bird there. Next one we're going to run off to is Coringa Drive. So this started at $1,050,000. Oops. $1,050,000. There it is, and landed at $1,100,000 for only a $50,000 increase, 105% of list price. Took 5 days on the market. Wow. I know one of our clients was interested in this, right, Darren? Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, bear with, guys. Huh. Oh, there it is. All right. So 5004 Coringa Drive. This is Highland Park. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,062 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,100,000, 7,000 square foot lot. And let's see, 5 days on the market. And this is brought to us by Brian Zinda on the listing side. And the buyer's agent was Harry Kaladzian. So congrats to them. I think for our clients, it was about the size of the lot, right?
Yeah, it's a good sized lot. And the house is pushed to the front. It's got a really big backyard. Although but they've terraced it, so there's a big flat spot in the back.
Oh, right. It does stare down. Yeah.
But it looks like it has good bones and decent condition.
Yeah.
Certainly could use some surface upgrades, but it looks smooth and ready.
Well, and yeah, it's funny you say that because, when I read the notes, yeah, they'd actually done some system upgrades, and yeah, you could move into this. So good for them that they did some important things. All right, next one is, let's see, Wren. So this is 418 Wren Drive, and this started at $1,899,000, landed at $1,940,000 for a $41,000 increase, 102% of list price. And this took 27 days on the market. And let's take a look. Okay. 418 Wren Drive, Mount Washington. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,206 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,940,000, 4,800 square foot lot. 27 days on the market. And this was brought to us by Ivan Estrada. And on the buy side, Cindy Nguyen. So congrats to them.
Yeah, it's a good looking house.
right?
It's very vertical from the front.
Yeah.
It's got nice views, nice open floors, a nice patio destinations,
You
lots of
know,
windows.
yeah, I was going to say we recommended this to one of our clients, but one of the things either we picked out or they picked out is that it's kind of a narrow lot. But there are views. It's modern. It's clean. There's some nice interior touches that you don't always see in a home. Those ceiling things there. The
Yeah, the panels on the ceiling. Yeah.
yeah, bathrooms look great, and there is some outdoor space there. So yeah, decent price, very decent home. Look at that.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. And Darren, I wanted to pull this out just as a bit of a wild card and get your thoughts on it. It kind of sat in the middle there of the list, but Stoll Drive. So this is 5638 Stoll Drive. $899,000 was the list price. It landed at $1,005,000 for let's see, $106,000 increase in price, and took 15 days on the market to sell, or get in contract at least. And yeah, just another odd little bird. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. This is 5638 Stoll Drive. This is Highland Park, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 916 square feet. Sold at $1,005,000. 2,300 square foot lot.
Yeah.
15
small
days on the
lot.
market. And this is brought to us by Jennifer Cahill and Kurt Wisner. And on the buy side, Nellie Barnett. And just as you look at all that, some of the notes, and maybe I should really pull up Google Street View to get the effect, but I put down, let's see, funky, alley-like street, good price. I question the resale, but they maxed out that 2,300 square feet.
Sure.
Are you familiar with Stoll Drive? Because I think we recommended this to a client way back.
I am. I've been on that street. It does feel like an alley. It's very narrow.
Yeah.
But it's Highland Park. I mean, it feels like Highland Park.
Yeah.
So, I would say this is not too far off from some of the properties that we sell, being that it's eclectic. It's got a mix of things. They've done enough things to kind of maximize the space, and
Yeah.
done a few things to like really have some unique components in the architecture, and then the staging helps draw that out as well. So it has its limitations, but they're doing their best to make it feel good and maximize the use of the space,
Yeah.
as you said.
Exactly.
The garage is amazing what they've done
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, as you're saying, yeah, right. I think that hedge took a while to
Sure.
grow around it, but I think a buyer walking into this will just say, "This is great. This is a great first home for me, and it's giving me a lot." So
Yeah.
good use of 2,300 square feet.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we are now going to move off to new listings, and Darren, let me just get set here. And you can get set. What do you got out there for us?
Let's start with 813 La Vida Terrace.
813 La Vita Terrace. Okay. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me just open it up here. Okay. So 813 La Vida Terrace, 90026. That is Echo Park, Darren? Yeah.
Yep.
2-bedroom, 2-bath, 935 square feet of living space, on the market at $1,049,000. Open houses this weekend, the 18th and 19th, from 12 to 3 p.m. 6 days so far on the market, and this is brought to us by Aaron Bernbach and Devin McNichol. So congrats to them, out of the west side.
Right. I'd say some similar components to the property we just looked at on Stoll.
Ah, okay.
A little eclectic. La Vida is a good street, easy to get to. Sunset Boulevard, right in the heart of the Echo Park downtown area. This one has a few more, how shall I say, maybe non-eclectic. Some suburban elements with the grass in the front, and but it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's in a more expensive neighborhood, so I think this is very well priced.
Wow.
I don't think
It
it's
does
going
look
to
really
go
nice.
to 1.5, but I think it will go up a bit.
Right. Cool. All right. Next, let's move on.
Next
Go ahead.
one I checked is 6,200 Poppy Peak Drive.
Ah, the infamous Poppy Peak.
Yeah, I like that street.
I know. I just like the name of this street.
Sure.
All right. Oh gosh, I think I even recognize this house. That's how much we know this street. All right. So 6200 Poppy Peak Drive. This is Highland Park. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,172 square feet of living space. Listed at $1,099,000. It has a Sunday open, 1 to 4 p.m. 6 days on the market so far. And this is brought to us by Brioni Atkinson. So congrats to her.
This property will sell for at least 1.3.
Ooh, calling
So
it.
this
Yeah.
one's going up for sure. It's super charming. It's one of the best streets that shoots right off of Figueroa right there.
Uh-huh.
It's wide. Most of the houses on this street are improved. Yeah, this price is going up.
Nice. Yeah, very pretty. The green is everywhere. It's beautiful. Okay. That's a good one.
We've got two more for you.
Or hey, you know what I just thought? I was like, or maybe it won't go up, or maybe there'll be another news story or a couple news
Sure.
stories.
It looks really nice, man.
Yeah. All right.
4033 Griffin Avenue.
Griffin Avenue. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, 4033 Griffin Avenue. This is Montecito Heights. 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 1,857 square feet of living space. Nice. For a great price of $620,000. 3,200 square foot lot. 7 days on the market. And this is brought to us by Ramon Acosta out of the 562.
So obviously I picked this for the architecture and high design quality, the staging.
Oh, and the color. The color scheme is great.
You know, it's a great value. 620, it will sell above that. How far above that, I don't know. It depends on the agent and if he gives it a true market exposure or not. It's a lot of square footage in a ever-changing area that can become a great house. There's a lot of great older homes, restored older homes on Griffin Avenue.
Well, Darren, as you know, there is always a catch, right? So, attention agents, the property is cash only purchased due to a notice of substandard lien against the home. It will not be sold with financing. No blind offers, blah, blah, blah.
So, yeah, go get a hard money loan. Who cares? I mean, there'll be people. Cash is hard money. It's the same thing.
Right.
You pay for it. You pay points for it. But if you're going to get it anywhere in this price range, I don't know what the substandard lien is. You obviously have to get more info on that.
Right.
As long as it's not a major issue with the structure itself, if it's only an outside lien, and
Yeah.
obviously making sure that the lien would be cleared and you wouldn't be responsible for that lien. So
Right. Yeah, and we always talk about there, or at least I do, about two different Montecito Heights. So this is what I would call lower Montecito Heights. It's more near the freeway. It's not up there. But again, still a good price. So that's awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. What else? Anything
I
else
got
out there you see?
Montecito Heights.
All right.
1343 Montecito Circle.
Okay. Ooh, 1343 Montecito Circle. Okay.
Love this house. This is
All
a great price.
right. Okay, 1343 Montecito Circle. This is Montecito Heights, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,106 square feet of living space, listed at $1,399,000. Opens Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. 8,300 square foot lot. Wow. Days on market 7. And this is brought to us by Michelle Chan and Derek Lusiski. So there you go.
It's a great house. It's another example of how Montecito's undervalued, particularly if you haven't been to Montecito Circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a great street to live on. It's a very friendly neighborhood.
Yeah. Wow, man. I'm trying to remember from the street this house, but it's beautiful.
Oh, it's right next door to the one I remodeled. Just one to the left.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, great. And then, is this next to Karina's place? Like to the right, then it's
Karina's on the other side.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. And it's got a pool up there. Oh, my Lord. That's an oddity. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, that closes it out, it seems. What else, Darren? Anything else to talk about? Or we're good?
I think we got it. I'm excited about these design trends, man, and seeing them as we start navigating open houses.
Yes.
With some buyers, man.
We will check off the list there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, guys, thanks so much for joining us Thursday, 2 p.m. Or a lot of people join us later, so thanks for joining us at all. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Bye.